not to fear, we have a solution. A show where you can learn the art of dispute. Filmed under the glorious technicolor of rainbows and rifles, with a cast of teddy bears armed with switchblades. Where both the opinions and the adult beverages are strong. Tune in, turn on, and comment your giddy hearts out. We're going live in
3, 2, 1.
That is the most bizarre countdown.
Welcome to the Art of Dispute, the only show where you can be friend and offended all in the same hour. Like, people are tuning in for the first time, they're like, hey, I think I liked it. Why don't he just think? That guy's rude. That's how the show rolls. That's just how we are, you know. Well, welcome to the Art of Dispute. You know, we're trying to fix a problem in America. I refer to it as a zero to Nazi effect. And we've seen plenty of that. I mean, you guys have, I've certainly experienced it on social media. It's anytime you're disagreeing with somebody online, it's the length of time it takes to go from zero to
Nazi.
You're a Nazi. I will now punch you in the face and go outside and set fire to your car.
Well, I've got an interesting story. I was actually called a Nazi.
We may get to that. Make sure you lean back. Make sure you lean back so you can see everybody. Yep. All right. But we're going to dive into this subject. We got a fun topic lined up today. And it's a pretty heavy-duty subject. Should people that are members of the Communist Party, USA, right here at home, be allowed to run for office? What do you think? The Communist Party, USA, in America, right here in Harris County, in Texas, in this last election cycle, ran 4 members of their party for office. One of them ran against Beto. Beto won, so they're out. But one of them actually won as a Democrat, and they're running against Jack Cagle. I think her name is Penny Shaw, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, but I'm going from memory. So, that's what we're talking about. You guys chime in with your thoughts. The guests are going to see your comments. At some point, the best comments will make it through, and we're going to dive into some of those comments. But before we do that, we're going to let the guests introduce themselves and give a shameless plug, because that is part of their exorbitant pay package that they get for being on the show.
Well, I'm Cherie Salinas. I have Instagram. It's Cherie Salinas 96. My website is CherieSalinasArt.com. Facebook is Cherie Salinas Fine Art. And look me up, follow me, and I'm glad to be here.
Right on. Very cool.
I'm Russ Harmon, frontman of Tatted and Torn. You can find us on Facebook at Tatted and Torn Music. Our first album is on Spotify. If you're going to buy it, please buy it on iTunes. We get literally pennies to the dollar from Spotify. But anyway, you can look us up on YouTube and all that and see if you like us. Again, Tatted, T-A-T, T.I.T. And like I said, the album's called Tatted and Torn. And then, that's all.
Cool. Production, please send iTunes a bill. Thank you.
My name is Jana Harmon. I'm the wife of this man right here. We've been married 13 years. I am a local artist. I do all kinds of different promotions with my artwork. Right now, I'm not really working on anything, but if y'all need me to do any kind of face painting or any kind of personal, yeah, I'm doing face painting today, this evening actually.
Right.
I'm doing it at just a kid's birthday party from someone at work, kind of thing. So, but,
I was looking for another billing opportunity.
But my email address is Harmon, Harmon, Janah, which is my name is Jana, at gmail.com. If y'all need any face painting, just shoot me an email, and we'll get it done.
Right up.
I can do anything. Yes, I can do anything. I went to college for it. I did the whole shebang.
Went to college for doing anything. Sweet. That is a degree worthwhile. I don't know about some of the other degrees, but a degree for anything, that would be pretty sweet.
Yep.
You're applying for the job of nuclear physicist? Yeah. Have you seen my degree in anything? Because I can do anything.
Well,
what?
I was going to say something, but I'm I'm going to wait until you say it first. Ask the question.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I'm on edge.
Why don't you let me ask the question if it's anything?
All right.
I'll ask later.
This is now the Art of Dispute, so we get to drink beer on the show. So it's beer and wine. So all the guests have wine today. I'm drinking beer. That's a really unusual thing. I always drink wine, and so anyway, I digress. Communist Party. Running candidates as Democrats, kind of skirting in Texas. It's illegal for a communist to run. We actually have a law. Hasn't been challenged to the Supreme Court or anything like that. So in order to get around the law, they ran as Democrats, and we actually have right now on the ballot a candidate who is a known member of the Communist Party running for office as a Democrat. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Is that cool? Like, yay, finally, or oh my God, I can't believe they're allowing this to happen. What are your thoughts? Chime in. Give me your one kind of summarize 1 minute bullet point. We'll go down the panel.
Well, I don't think it's good that they're breaking the law, but I'm just curious why the law was ever put into effect, because we're America, and I'm not for the Communist Party, but because we're America, why is there a law that was put in place for that?
Okay, all right, good question.
Well, Joe, I for one applaud the party for skating around the law.
It's
Because that's always fun to do.
You gotta give them a props on that.
On the other hand, I think they're all going to dwell in hell.
They're gonna burn.
Seeing that I'm really not even a full believer in hell, they're probably going to go one step under. So, whatever the hell they want to do, but
Whatever the hell they want to do in hell.
If they get too many numbers, I've served before. I don't mind serving again without an actual badge. But
all right. Wow. Protecting from threats both foreign and domestic. Here we go. All right, Janet.
Well, from the top of my head, I would say no. But as a citizen of the United States, which means like our amendments saying, freedom of speech and everything, following by that, I mean, I believe they, have the right to do whatever they want, but that's what this country is fighting, is everybody's got a voice now. And so I think it would just cause more problems if someone actually got elected. It would cause even our country to be even more split than it already is. And I see a big problem in that. I don't like how much hatred that is out there right now. I hate seeing it. This is the first time, like I told you earlier, first time I voted this midterm elections. I've never voted. And this is the first time I voted because just everybody's hating everybody. And then people, I'm a very quiet person. I don't voice my opinion that much. And a lot of my friends don't even know my opinion. And because I don't voice it. But if I did voice it, I would lose a lot of friends over it. And hard to believe, but I would.
That's so sad to me, because I totally understand where you're coming from. That's the whole reason, the impetus for the show, the whole reason the show came to be was because of that. That I was seeing, post-election back 2016 after the presidential election, that people were just flipping out on each other, and going nuts. And like lifelong friends unfriending each other and just all this kind of stuff over politics. I mean, it's just crazy to me that we can't have civil discussion about important stuff. I mean, like, how often have you guys heard work or when you're out with friends or whatever, two things you never talk about?
Politics, religion.
Right. Right? Why? That's the stupidest thing to me ever. It's like, how about this? Rather than not talking about literally some of the most important aspects of life, how we are governed, things of faith, and is there life beyond this world, and all this kind of stuff, really deep and important subjects, rather than we admit we're not mature enough to handle it, how about this? Let's talk about all the important things and just not be jerks to each other.
Exactly.
Well, first of all,
What a novel idea.
It's like the 60s need to happen all over again, but it's going to end up happening anyways because everything goes in a circle.
Well, first,
And in one time, and hopefully in the future, everybody can just hold hands and just be like, we're all together in this. You know, we're all going through this
I
together.
hope we can get there. That's what I'm
Take each other
working on.
I would love
you
for
know?
that to happen, but
That's what I'm working on.
It's not going to. I mean,
So-
it's just not going to happen.
You know, it's like there's an old story. What was it? The little kid walking down all these starfish washed up on the shore, and the kid's walking along and picking up a starfish and throwing it back into the ocean. You know, and a guy's watching the kid do this, and he yells at the kid. He goes, "You're not gonna be able to save all those starfish." And the kid yells back, "I saved this one." Right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, the task is overwhelming.
Well,
right?
first, I think we need to learn how to communicate. And social media.
Very true.
Social media is
Very true.
not a good way to communicate because you have faceless masses that can upset you. I mean, you get a little jolt of negativity. I mean, I'm an artist. I don't have a whole big bunch of fans, but you know, every once in a while I get comments on some of my videos. If I get a negative comment, I'm a human. I mean, I understand I don't know the person, and if I do, you know, if it's someone and they're just trying to get at me, I can blow it off. But you get a little jolt of a negative blast. I mean, I'm sorry, whether you want to or not. And if you get a positive comment, it's the same thing. You're like, oh, this person liked what I did, you know, and that feels good. But I mean, it's just for someone that you don't know to be able to give you that positive or negative emotion so quickly is. It's just a crazy way to communicate because
very true.
You're not looking someone in the eyeball.
We are trying to teach people through this show how they can disagree civilly.
Right.
They're actually skills that you can learn to help you. Even
social
on,
skills, crazy.
Even,
They
yeah,
teach it in
absolutely.
high school, debate.
Even, yeah, exactly.
Debating.
I think it should be a required. I think it should be a required subject. So look,
how to get along.
Right. I mean, at least you know what? Not just how to get along, but how to handle.
How to discuss. How
yeah,
to
right. Exactly. How to,
I don't agree. I mean, we've been married 13 years, and I don't always agree
Who
with
does?
what he says.
Who does?
You know, and
I've
you
never
just-
met two humans
but
that agree on everything.
you
It's
still
just not
have
possible.
You agree to disagree.
Right.
There you go.
And you know what? I mean, it's okay. I tell people all the time, you're not going to grow a disagree tumor and die. I promise you, it's going to be okay.
If you
can hold differing views.
you can get offended and nothing happens.
Right.
I mean, you can offend me and I'm
Like, literally nothing happens.
Literally nothing's going to happen.
Nowadays.
I'm going to walk away and nothing's going to happen unless I'm famous and I'm on a TV show. Then I might want to get off Twitter. But
Right. Well, look,
the president does it, so I guess
we've already got to take a break. We've already got to take a break. It happens super fast, and when we come back, we're going to dive in. We're going to start exploring some of y'all's views on this. I've got some questions for you to kind of challenge where you're at, and we're going to hash it out. Should a communist be allowed to run for office? People, that's what we want to know. These are the questions at hand. Pose your thoughts, and we'll be right back after a word from one of our sponsors. All right. Yeah, Lyndon. Yeah, I was like...
I totally
Hold the
agree.
thought.
I mean, in the perfect world, communism would be awesome if everyone pulled their own weight, but that doesn't
yeah.
happen.
That's if it was like a small colony
There's
of
pizza
people.
and
you
wheat.
got
Yeah.
you know plumbers and everybody helping each other.
Like,
but
take the Amish for
you got
example.
some-
It works for them, but I'm
Exactly.
sure Susie Q maybe doesn't make all the bread that that she should, you know, and
and they can deal with it because they're
Yeah.
a small community.
Yes.
And they might say, Susie Q look, you need to step up your production, or you're gonna be out there doing the working the mule or whatever the hell their punishment is, or hell, that might be their their good thing.
Finally, I get to work.
I get to work. Yeah, exactly. But guys like callous hands and hard work. So
right.
Why should a doctor get paid just as much as someone that works at McDonald's?
Exactly.
If you put the time in and the effort, and why I'm just using an example.
I want to challenge you guys. Like, I don't want to debate the functionality of communism, right?
Okay.
Because I agree. I think communism is a silly idea for all the reasons y'all are expressing. Human nature itself can be, like communism can be proven wrong by putting two, 5-year-olds in the room and giving one of them a small Tonka truck and one of them a big Tonka truck, right? You'll see really quickly how communism fails because they'll both be fighting for the big Tonka truck in a few seconds, right? And so human nature and wanting more and wanting to conquer and all that sort of thing rules out communism. I don't want to get hung up on communism. More what I want to focus on is, do we allow ideas, because of free speech, because of all of the freedoms that we enjoy here in the United States, because of our inherent rights as a citizen, do we allow someone to run under the premise of free speech and being able to express whatever ideas they want, even if we think that the ideas are stupid? Should they be allowed to run? And if we shut them down, is that anti-American? Because we have freedom of speech. Like, is it anti-American for shutting them down?
Well, there's a law in Texas, so I would say if you're in Texas, then yeah. I mean, there's
sometimes laws get shot down. Sometimes, I mean, it was at one point. I'll give you an example that's pretty extreme. At one point, it was legal to own slaves. That got shot down, and rightfully so, right? And so somewhere there's going to be somebody that says, yeah, there's a law in the books, but that law is stupid and it needs to be shot down.
Well, that person didn't you speak earlier, that was already running, and they started by doing the forward running, having people run for them. I mean, obviously that's going to happen, especially in the political world. Those guys.
I think they all.
Well, here's the crazy thing. I have to cut you off because we got to go to break. 11 minutes shot by like that. All right. So keep your thought. Keep your thought. When we come back from the break, right? We're gonna let you pick up, and then we're gonna deal with some audience comments because we know we got some comments and feed happening. You guys chime in. What do y'all think? Should we allow a communist to run for office? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll be right back after a word from a sponsor.
Phil and Derek's Bar, located in the midst of bustling Midtown in Houston. You'll find a laid-back atmosphere and ambiance reminiscent of the comfort of your own living room, coupled with a flair of pizzazz and glitz from live New York-style cabaret entertainment 7 nights a week. Phil and Derek's is not only the ideal restaurant with a great, long-standing wine selection, but also with a full bar as well. Phil and Derek's stock and knowledge of wines, from Napa Valley wines, French Bordeaux's, Spanish and Argentinian wines, just to name a few, are the envy of wine connoisseurs far and wide. Phil and Derek's Sunday Brunch was voted best morning after brunch for 3 consecutive years. Come indulge in the ample buffet of crepes, omelets, various salads, meats, complimentary mimosas, and much, much more. Enjoy delicious foods from the kitchen until midnight. We're equipped with large dining areas, ideal for every party need, whether business or pleasure. Come see and enjoy all that Phil and Derek's has to offer.
And we're back. That was Phil and Derek's. Phil and Derek's is a really cool restaurant. If you guys ever get a chance, it's in Midtown. John Cruz, the owner of the place, has been a friend of mine for a bunch of years. One of the coolest guys I know. He's very successful in life, yet you would never know it just from talking to him. He's super down to earth, cool. And that place has freaking awesome food, live band. Every night of the week, they got a live band going on. It's a cool venue. Good food, good drinks, etc. Phil and Derek's, check them out. I'm giving props. We already ran the ad, so I mean, I'm just doing this on my own now. Anyway, we've got a pretty serious subject in hand here. Communism. What do you guys think? Should we allow communists to run for office? I mean, like, communism is pretty antithetical to the whole Constitution. That form of government. Here's the really crazy thing. I didn't express this earlier. I had this thought. Right. In communism, under communism, the idea is to get away from the individual, right? And that is very counter to the idea of our constitutional rights. It's very much about the individual, right? That every individual is created equal, and by the process of being created, it's through being created, we're endowed with certain inalienable rights, right? Because we're created, we have inalienable rights. And among those rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? That's not all of our rights, that's just some of them, right? And so once it kind of goes, the founding fathers worked through this kind of logical flow in their thought process. We are created by God. Because we're created by God, we're all equal. Because we're all equal, we have certain inalienable rights. And governments are instituted amongst men in order to protect those rights. That's the sole reason government exists, right? So, if we understand the founding fathers' thought process, it was like, look, we are all separate little individual beings created by God, and because we're all created, we're all equal, we have these rights, and that's why government exists. Communism is on the polar opposite, right? You couldn't get more different. It refuses to acknowledge God. It's a secular concept, right? There is no God, right? And it's all about a mass of people being, to each their, what's one good for one is good for all this sort of thing. My efforts are your efforts, right? I share my efforts with all of you equally, back and forth, right? It's communal. That's where communism comes from, that root word. And so it's nothing to do with the individual, and it's all to do with the group. So we have freedom of speech now, which is about an individual's right to express whatever they want. I promise I'm going somewhere with this long-winded speech.
I was wondering.
My point here is this, is that the idea of our Constitution is what ensures the individual's right to express their thoughts, even to the point of speaking out against the government, which ensures the rights, right? Now, if communism became the power, check out China, check out Russia, they can't speak out against the state, right? They disappear if they speak out against the state.
Even
right?
family members disappear.
Right.
Yes.
And so you see what my point is here is that why would we allow a politician to run for a very idea that would eliminate what allowed them to run in the first place? See what I'm saying?
Maybe they're running under something else.
It's a mental jacked up thing for me. I can't wrap my head around it.
I don't want to muddy things too far up, but I've been to Russia. I don't really think they're communist, are they?
I've
been to Vladivostok. It didn't seem like it. I mean, I've been to a lot of countries around the world. I don't know if I'd classify Russia as a communist country.
That's kind of that gets to a deeper subject. I don't know if we were prepared to handle that on this show's topic, but one of the advocates of communism will say that communism in its true form has never really been executed in the world. We really have a dictatorship under the guise of communism, and so they're like, oh well, that really wasn't the real deal down there in Venezuela or China or Russia. We're trying to institute something different, like the real communism.
We're in such an awkward time right now, where this is where everybody can get on their computer and speak a voice. This is all new. This is all brand new. Nobody knows how to deal with this, where everyone has a voice. So, until the world has, the Elon Musk came up with the idea about the everyone having a basic, allowance that allows them to live, as rich as everyone else does, and then you get rich by doing your work or whatever. But until, he's paying for that, we're all separated by water, and right now, being separated by water, we're not thinking about across the pond because we're just not that advanced yet. So until we are truly able to live as, you know, where all the countries can function under one rule, and it's not separate rules for every different country, then it's like you said, it's a crazy thing. Yeah, if we have a one world government and we can all get along and sing Kumbaya, then maybe we can talk about a basic allowance for everybody. But I just don't think it's right now. I mean, maybe in 20, 30 years things will be different, but right now they're just not that different yet.
I don't see that happening, but hey,
I don't either.
We have some comments.
Yep.
All right, let's take a comment and see what's up.
All right.
We like literally have 2 minutes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I just lost it on my feet here. So Virgil says, Virgil Robinson, he comes on all the time. Thanks for tuning in, Virgil. He says, anyone in the U.S. Who is a U.S. citizen and meets the criterion should be able to run for whatever office they choose to. I'm a firm believer in our primary two-party system, but there will always be some serious third parties that command attention. They manage to pull in a few percentage votes during each election. That's what Virgil has to say.
Okay, so, I mean, Virgil's stance is if you meet the criteria to run for office, you should be allowed to run for office.
And it's all right, as Americans, you know, but it's still going to get shut down, you know, if there's too many people that believe one of two ways.
So
or
let me ask.
Maybe three, but there's not going to be a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. But for maybe in 50 years there might be, because people sometimes take our laws way too seriously. You know, you got to remember, whenever we started making these laws, we weren't very big. We weren't as big as we are now.
Let me ask. To Virgil's point, right? He said if you meet the criteria, you get to run, right? So you're a communist, but you're of the right age, you're a citizen, whatever all the requirements are, depending on where you're at, all that sort of thing. He's saying you should be able to run. And you're saying it will get shut down, right? But does that mean are you saying let them run because the people will vote against it, or shut it down?
People will vote against it. They will.
I can see both sides because, for one, I believe in freedom of speech. But are you committing treason because you're going against what our Constitution says?
God, that is exactly where I'm coming from, right there. It's like on one side I'm like, yeah, freedom of speech, let them be stupid. I mean, like, say whatever you want, right? And as you said, it'll get shut down. The masses will go, yeah, you're being a moron. I'm sorry. See, there's the door.
Kim Kardashian isn't going to give me some of her money.
Right.
Exactly.
And on the other side, I'm like, yeah, but there's a line. I'm like, at some point, I'm going to say, by your words, you're trying to overthrow our system of government, and I'm not cool with that.
Right.
We've already done that.
It would change everything. All of our laws.
Change everything. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. And then, people complain now. They're going to really complain later,
True story. Well, guess what? We got to take a freaking break again. I mean, it flies by. It flies by. But when we come back, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to play fact or fiction. And we're going to crown a new weekly champion of this trophy, whatever this trophy might be. I'll introduce it in a second. But we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to play Fact or Fiction. See you guys in a minute.
All right.
Do you suffer from chronic back pain? There is a solution to the suffering. The Body Mechanics, an orthopedic and medical massage-focused practice that specializes in helping clients work through and overcome musculoskeletal injuries and chronic pain. By applying our science-based concepts through the art of massage therapy techniques, we can help you eliminate that pain. At The Body Mechanics, we take it as our responsibility to provide our clients with the highest level of care. We take time to get to know you, your history, and your obstacles, and most importantly, your wellness goals. We help you meet your goals through skillfully applied advanced massage therapy techniques and recommending self-care routines to improve overall well-being. Come in today and let The Body Mechanics apply our years of training and expertise to soothe away your aches. Mention this ad and receive our functional movement assessment for free, a $35 savings.
We're back. I'm playing with the trophy over here. Whoops.
We have a big old trophy to give away today. Look at that, big fella. It's all turned around. It's all jacked up. There we go. There we go. I need to tighten the bolts or whatever on the thing. Anyway, so we have a...
Joe, move that trophy out of your face.
It's in my face?
Yeah, there it is.
Ah, you got that camera going. Okay, my bad. All right, so we have a fun game that we play called Fact or Fiction. Kind of like trivia, you know. It's we're gonna pose a question. You guys have to. I should have done this in break. Oh my God, I'm so unprofessional.
How's it gonna play without
That's
the card?
Trapper Keeper comes in.
There you go. And there you go.
Real
All
good
right.
stuff to say today.
All right, so Chris is going to read off a question. You guys write fact or fiction on your little board. Show it to the camera. And, you know, honor system. Don't look around. No cheating. If you get it right, you stay in. If you get it wrong, just drop out. Last person standing wins this glorious trophy and all the bragging rights for the next week as the crowned champion of Fact or Fiction, Art of Dispute. So,
We can't all win equally?
no. There's no communism.
No participation awards. There's no second place.
There's no honorable mention. No.
Very good.
So if I don't win,
There's no
but
communism
y'all
in
already
this game at
playing my
all.
song, huh?
Last person standing here. We're gonna run here. All right. Question number 1, Chris.
All right. So question number 1, I'm gonna do a real easy one. Fact or fiction? Abraham Lincoln had no middle name.
Joe, I bit the wrong side of my crayon off.
Oh, I put the wrong word.
All right.
What do you say? 'Cause I can't see.
We got 2 facts and 1 fiction. What is
All
the
right. It is fact.
Get out of town? I didn't even know that. I would have gotten that wrong, man. I was right there with you, dude. I would have. Come on.
What's wrong with his mom, man? I mean, Abraham, as long as it's not Abraham Hitler Lincoln.
You're out.
I didn't even know how to say that. Abraham.
I think Lincoln was
I got
his middle
nothing.
name. I can't be 100% right, but I believe his middle name was Lincoln.
Yeah, it was Abraham Lincoln Jones, right?
No, like he changed his middle name to his last name.
Yablonowitz.
I could be wrong. But
How do you say my name, Joe?
Damn near.
Did you say Blondowitz?
Yablonowitz. It was Abraham Lincoln Yablonowitz. Little known fact. All right.
Who's in still?
Second, we got 2 people in. The gals. The guy's already out.
Girls are smart.
Yeah. Yes.
I know the Blondowitz.
All right, here's our next
Fact or
fact
fiction.
or fiction. Germany drinks the most beer in the world per person. Germany drinks the most beer in the world per person.
All right, you're out already.
Yeah.
He's still playing, but he wants to chime in. And I will say, now look, you should be out because you said true. We're playing fact or fiction, not true or false. Oh my gosh. There's a reason he is out, people. All right. So,
Because she's part of the Blondowitz clan,
All
right?
right, so
fact or fiction. We got 2 facts.
that is fiction.
What?
Public.
I was actually thinking the United States. I have a lot of
I am
beer.
like
I was already out.
I'm at a 0. Yeah, you're already out.
You should have, man. I'm
No. Yeah, sadly, I'm right there with you. I'm at a 0 so far. I've got none of these right today, and I'm pretty good at trivia.
What country?
You both get it was Czechoslovakia, the Czech Republic.
You know my maiden name.
They're next door neighbors, so it's all right. Yeah. Jak se máš to all my Czech friends. I speak a little Czech. All right. So, fact or fiction? Next question. You guys are still both in because you both got it wrong. So, fact or fiction? Chris, take it away.
All right, so here's an easy one for you. Porcupines can float.
Here's
here's an easy one. Like, who the hell knows that porcupines float? Oh, yeah.
Float. I thought you said flirt. Well, they're always horny. I mean,
Good one. Nice. Well done. Dad joke there.
Oh man, I can't handle it. Dad jokes all day.
Yes. I like that. So we got one fact and we got one fiction. We'll decide a winner on this question.
That is fact.
Whoa! All right.
They're porcupines. They're hollow.
Oh.
My daughter taught me that. She knows a
See, I thought
lot.
it would
We
be
have
easy
like
because we're all
we have
mostly made
like
of water.
10 animals in our home.
I have no freaking idea whether a porcupine floats or not.
Yeah, they have hollow.
is it a live porcupine or a dead porcupine?
Right. I think
That is a good question.
that might matter. That might matter. All right. So we have to crown a new champion. A new champion of Fact or Fiction, Art of Dispute. And Jana, be gentle with it. The top is like falling off here. Hang
I'll
on.
pass it over to her. So
Okay,
you know.
look.
The winner of the Wobbly Trophy.
I got it figured out.
Tyler's gonna be so proud of me.
Yeah.
Hi, Tyler.
Yes.
She'll
Yeah.
be like, you won second place.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
And she can.
And you
I
want
can
to know
thank my
too.
daughter for this because she's the one that teaches me
Look,
a lot about
fixed it.
animals. So.
All right. It's all nice and good there. All right. All right. So you are the proud winner.
Of the first thing Joe has ever fixed.
Oh, yeah. You're the proud winner of.
That's not even the first thing on air.
Right. You're the 2002 Texas State finalist, Best Party Wear.
Oh yes.
I didn't know what you were doing in 2002, but you had the best party wear going
I'm
on.
still single.
So there you go.
Yeah,
Well, obviously, you were wearing
single.
you were wearing the best party wear, trying to reel him in. See? That's what it was, right there.
Funny.
2002. You guys have been together 13 years, right?
Yeah, 2004, right?
Rock on. Congrats.
What?
Did we meet 2003? I joined the military in October of 2003, so we
So we're
had to
having
have met
a
in
show.
2004.
Don't get into trouble, man. Just go with whatever she
Your
said.
head smile.
You met whenever the hell she said you met. Just don't start anything, man. I'm telling you. Word to the wise here.
No, I'm just.
All right,
I'm
we have to take a break already. I mean, like time flies. Our new crown champion here. When we come back, we're gonna have our closing thoughts on this subject. You guys ponder it in our next break here, and really, dial in your thoughts, wrap it up, and then we're gonna have a pretty bad to the bone musical performance from Mr. Russ Harmon here. We already got to hear a little bit taste of it earlier while we were dialing in the knobs and tweaking all the volumes and that sort of thing. And so stick around for the musical performance when we come back. Closing thoughts and musical performance.
I hope he does good.
And one.
And we're back! Welcome back to the Art of Dispute. Rocking it out, talking about some pretty serious stuff here, communism, and whether a known active member of a communist party should be allowed to run for political office. We've got 4 candidates in this last go-round of primaries, and now I know for certain one. I don't know if there's any others. Penny Shaw running against Jack Cagle, member of the Communist Party, Harris County here, and running for office, running as a Democrat. Kind of wrapping up your thoughts. Have you changed your views at all? Differing kind of, are you in a different place on your thoughts on this? Tell us, share your thoughts here.
Well, at first I thought, everyone should be able to have freedom of speech and think do whatever they want to do because this is America. But we do stand for freedom, so the Communist Party is the opposite of that. So, and we do have a law against it, so I don't think it's right that they run as a communist. I don't think it's good.
All right. You kind of shifted positions a little bit there, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Not a drastic thing, but you know, we talk about it before the show. I know that's a little bit of a shift in your thoughts. That's welcome to the show. That's the point of the show. Talking stuff out.
I'm not too much in a shift. I think we've already been to war with communism. We're not all holding hands yet. We're not all one country. So right now in 2018,
he's a no. Hard line. All right, Jen.
I'm still on the same too. I believe that they, have the right to do what they want to do, but still, they're going to eventually get shut down. Not everybody's going to believe. Like, majority of the Americans today are not going to accept that kind of, I don't know, even know the word to say.
The ideology.
I'm sure the average American would love to accept the idea of free money.
Yeah.
But where's the free money coming from? It's coming from people who are out there working at fucking air.
That's not free at all, is it?
It's free here anymore.
What's the point to better, like, becoming a doctor or becoming a celebrity or becoming an actor or a singer? What's the point of pursuing something that might make you a whole lot of money?
To better the human race is a.
What's the point?
To better the human race.
So
is the point. It's not all about money. I mean, it can't be all about money. You have to have a passion in life.
So let me ask you this. I'll pose a challenge on.
But that has nothing to do with communism. That just has to do with what you're going to do.
No.
You know
I mean, that's what if societally, early on we test everybody and like what your skills are, what you excel at, and we just push you towards the things that you're good at and that you excel at, and it's all just as you said, for the better of society, right? So I'm not worried about money or anything else. I just do what I enjoy, and I do that to the betterment of humanity and society around me, and we're all just trading those services.
That has to do with how far your mind is. I mean, if you want to be an art, like right now, 2018, great example. If you want to be a rock artist, I'm in that industry. You're not going to make no damn money unless you're providing to the person that's buying albums, which is not the person that's over 35. You're not going to sell stuff. So you're just not going to do it. You're going to have a certain niche that's going to buy, but I mean, for the most of all, people aren't buying things. I mean, specifically the music.
That's why we start developing subscribers.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to go to the next evolution, and the next evolution, it's just not ready yet. I mean, like I said, the oceans are still dividing us. So while the oceans are still dividing us, we ain't got no hope of even talking about a global or even a country communism type of plan. It's not ready yet.
I guess I posed that question, and for me, I'm like, on the surface it sounds great, but who's going to excel at flipping burgers? And who's going to enjoy?
Well, I enjoy cooking.
Who's going to enjoy cleaning the toilets?
I enjoy cooking, man. I really do. And I know that there's a plumber out there who enjoys busting his ass every day, getting up at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. I mean, there are people who enjoy getting their hands dirty. But, I mean, if that person isn't working as hard as the person next to him, why should they both be making the same amount of money to have recreation abilities? Like I said, until we all have a basic income, this is not a question we've already fought the war.
You got to think about, like, people. I hate to use as an example, but I barely work because I take care. My husband is a 100% disabled veteran. My daughter's got scoliosis. I have to stay home to take care of both of them. So where would I be if the communism moved the way it would? I can't work right now. is a 40-hour week. I have to watch my daughter. I have to get her through school. You know, what about people who take care of other people who can't take care of themselves? You know, where do they fall in the line of communism? They would be left out into the dark, you know, to suffer. You know, thank God that I live in this country that I can be able to stay home and take care of my family. You know, and so you got to think about the underdog who can't go out there because they're taking care of their parents, they're taking care of their children that's sick, that got cancer. You know, where would they fall on that line? That's why I would think it would get shut down really quick, because there's too many people out there that do suffer already, and they're actually comfortable where they're at because they actually have people rooting for them who call their electric companies and say, hey, I need an extra month to pay, or hey, I need an extra, you know, I need a hand, you know, that are willing to help. But if there was communism, they'd be like, no, you don't meet your quota, you need to make this happen now. It would make people like me obsolete and living on the streets in poverty. And I couldn't imagine my family living in poverty. They don't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it. He served our country.
Well, I worked for 20 some odd plus years. I worked since I was 16, and you know, I served in the military, and I got hurt really bad, and it took me almost 10 years to recover from that injury, and I'm just now starting to recover. And I mean, I still work. I still go out there and play shows on, you know, Wednesday night when there's 10 people. I mean, yeah, it's a band, but it's work. I mean, don't get it wrong. It's work, and I'm not getting paid for it, but I'm getting paid for the work that I did do, and I did do hard ass work. I mean, where I have the potential of dying at any second. I mean, it's part of the game. So, you know, I served. I did what I did. I finally, you know, I got my money. Now I'm retired, and I'm kind of, you know, doing what I want to do, and that's because I put in such hard work. If someone didn't put in that hard work, why do they deserve to chill? I mean,
and make as much money.
I mean, and it's not even, chill is such a wrong word. Chill is not the right word to use, because we ain't chilling. That's not what's going on.
No.
No,
not at all.
But I mean, if someone puts in their time and they serve their 20, 30 years and they retire, then their human right is pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Happiness is doing what you want to do for your passion. And that's what I'm currently doing. So, I mean, I've already done my time. Everyone who's done their time, let them do their time. And if their time should be what they want to do, I would have loved to have been a musician and make money, but now I'd be on the streets because of the, you know, musicians aren't making no money anymore. But, I mean,
true story.
Everybody's doing what everybody's doing. Everybody's doing the music.
The evolution, there's a new evolution is taking place right now with the social media and the internet. Evolution, in the next 10 years, everything is going to change. I guarantee it.
Well, change is inevitable.
Yeah.
What's
it's just going to go at a rate that's so fast paced.
There's a saying out there somewhere that says the only thing that's certain is change.
Yeah.
Something along that lines. Yeah. So, well, that's a good segue, man. Talking about what you're passionate about and that sort of thing, because we're getting to the end of the show. It's time to zoom in on Joe, because Joe is going to wrap it up. We're going home. Another show is in the can, but before we take it home, we need an awesome musical performance to wrap the show up. And our boy here, Russ, came ready to deliver, and we want to give him the chance to rock it out, do his thing. And so, without further ado, Russ, what are you going to be playing for us? Where can we find this material? And then take it away.
All right, this is going to be Stranger Than Strange. This is off our new album coming up. You can find it on, well, it's not going to be out yet, so you're going to have to wait. But hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have it in process. So, but it'll be on all the digital platforms. Our website is Tatted and Torn Music at Facebook.com. You can find us on YouTube. Anywhere that you can find anywhere we are. So we are everywhere. All right. With that, this is Tatted and Torn, Stranger Than Strange.
All right.
Stranger than strange how we live these days. Lot of blank paper, nothing to say. Nothing to. Sorry, Uncle Sam, I got nothing left. Death has stolen the heart from my chest. The heart from my chest. Oh yes. Stranger than strange things are happening again. Blooded up handprints was a sin, it was a coincidence. Both in bloody bones went dancing on their own. Play my guitar and I watch them dance alone. They dance a romance till they have their last chance. Then they break apart and they dance with someone else. I'm either growing old or I'm getting tired. I'm on point, but the world's messed up. Stranger than strange things we live these days. Lot of blank paper, nothing to say. Nothing to. Sorry, Uncle Sam, I got nothing left. Death has stolen the heart from my chest. The heart from my chest. Oh yes. Stranger than strange things are happening again. Blooded up handprints was a sin, it was a coincidence. Both in bloody bones went dancing on their own. Play my guitar and I watch them dance alone. Dance a romance till they have their last chance. Then they break apart and they dance with someone else. I'm either growing old or I'm getting tired. I'm on point, the world's fucked up. Strange they will live these days. Lot of blank paper, nothing to say. Nothing to. Sorry, Uncle Sam, I got nothing left. Death has stolen heart from my chest. The heart from my chest. Oh yes. Like to express some stress from up off my chest. Like to slow down, but that'll probably equal death. And that's approaching faster than anyone can imagine. And I ain't got no time to fathom alternate reactions. Connect with no one, not even a fraction. And that don't matter, cause I still gotta walk past them. Not sure I belong, even less sure it matters. And I'm right here till my bones start to shatter. Trained mind, see through blind eyes. Mine are cross-eyed, always looking sideways and down.
Thank you.
Another awesome performance. Mr. Russ over here killing it. Make sure you check out his material. It's another show in the can, man. We'll be back next week on The Art of Dispute. Make sure you follow us on our YouTube channel, Instagram, all of the pages. Y'all know how it works. Check us out, and we'll be back next week.